X gon' give it to you. Wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop pop out from stainless steel. Go hard getting busy with it. But I got such a good heart that I make the mother wonder if you did it. Damn right, and I do it again. Cause I am like...
Having the smartest mind in the gaming industry is both a gift and a curse. You know, it's great always being right about everything, I'll admit, but it hurts when you see how simply something could be drastically improved. So I just got my Xbox One X system, and wouldn't you be surprised? Games look pretty damn good on it. They look great. More importantly to me, they run magnificently. I mean, I've noticed several games that would sometimes have frame dips on the Xbox One S, running a lot smoother on the X while also looking far superior. The X is a fine piece of hardware, there's no doubt about it, but it's hardly something that has had the gaming community at large very hyped. And it's pretty clear why, honestly. The biggest issue, in my opinion, is the lack of exclusives. I hammer this point home all the time. Exclusive games sell hardware. There's no way around it. Sure, you can play the multi-platform stuff better than any of the other consoles, but what really intrigues people is what games can I play on your console that I can't play anywhere else? And Microsoft kind of shot themselves in the foot here, I think, with the whole Play Anywhere deal allowing all Xbox One exclusives to also be played on PC. I think that kind of hurts a lot of people's desire to buy the system. Obviously, if you're someone looking for a console to supplement your gaming PC, maybe to put in your living room or something, I feel like because of this, the Xbox One, whether it be the SX, whatever, just the Xbox Ones, should be the lowest of your priority since you can already play all those games on your PC. But let's focus a bit on the console players, take the PC element out. I think the $500 price tag for what you get for the system is good. It's not the greatest deal ever or anything, but you're getting solid value for your money. But if you don't have games that you want to play on it, well, then you just have a $500 paperweight. Obviously, all the third-party stuff is there, but keeping track of how or if they support the power of the X is a nightmare. Same issue I had with the PS4 Pro. The support is so sporadic and all over the board. Once again, we have these charts. I hate these charts like the bane of my existence. These charts you have to resort to. You gotta look up the game to see if it even gets any sort of enhancement to begin with on the system. Then we get these listings like, oh, it's got HDR, 4K, or just Xbox One X enhanced. Well, what the hell does enhanced mean? How is it enhanced exactly? Well, it differs by game. Might get better frame rate, which is something I'm always looking for. Anything that gets the 60 FPS bump, I'm usually interested in. You know, it could be just enhanced videos with things like denser foliage. It's all over the place. You could have a bunch of different options to choose from on top of that. We needed something across the board with these systems. As I've said since these souped up consoles began to crop up, I think 1080p, 60 frames per second should have been the standard. I've gone on record saying I thought that was going to be the standard of the base systems this generation. How wrong I was about that. And I think it's a joke that with these more powerful systems, we're still not there yet. We're still playing 1080p 30 on console. It's ridiculous. But most of the console exclusives are taking full advantage of the X. Stuff like Forza 7, Halo 5, Gears 4, basically a lot of stuff I have no interest in playing. So, hooray. This really needs a change. Everyone is saying it. I'm just repeating it. Microsoft needs to put way more focus in acquiring and developing exclusives and get some more variation out there. Like, I primarily discuss Nintendo stuff. A lot of my viewers, subscribers, whatever you want to call the pests in my comment section, they're mostly interested in Nintendo hardware and games. And there's no reason Microsoft shouldn't be at least piquing the interest of this crowd. They are sitting on easily the greatest number of classic Nintendo franchises not owned by Nintendo. Rare's IPs. Stuff like Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Battletoads, Perfect Dark. I mean, come on guys, can we give Joanna Dark a run back? Seriously, I know Perfect Dark Zero, it was rough. And yeah, Perfect Dark doesn't have, any franchise power like it did back in the N64 days, but after the mega disappointment that was Halo 5, I mean, how many people are really jonesing for another Halo game? I think it's time to do something else in the FPS genre. And like I said, you guys are probably fans of a lot of this stuff, being Nintendo fans. Can you tell me that if Microsoft went the Nintendo route, not necessarily having Rare, I know they're doing that Sea of Thieves game that I still don't really understand, but Microsoft has said they're looking to do more deals with studios. Imagine doing the deals like Nintendo has done with, say, Retro Studios. Find dev teams or form ones that could do something awesome with your franchises. I mean, come on, I know it's been a while, but can you really say you'd have absolutely no interest in Xbox if Banjo-Kazooie was getting a new AAA quality proper entry? How about Battletoads? Am I really the only person that thinks it's a travesty that Battletoads is basically a dead franchise now? And there isn't anything wrong, I think, with going the direction of just having a super powerful box that plays games. In fact, I think people, developers, console manufacturers are getting a little too caught up in doing different things, adding on a bunch of peripherals, doing VR setups, etc. I think it's better to have a clear focus than just try to tap into everything. And as much as, yes, I love the Switch and its portability, straight up video game machines that just plug into your TV, they've sufficed pretty well for decades. And I'm young enough to remember in the early days of the PS4 and Xbox One, what was the big news story? Every time a major multi-platform game got released, oh, it's 900p on the Xbox One and a full 1080p on the PS4. Like, that's even much of a difference, but oh, did it matter to the players? They couldn't shut up about it. So don't give me this crap about, oh, power doesn't matter at all. It does. It always has. It always will. But it's not all that matters. It's not even the most important thing. Software, again, moves hardware. This has also always been a constant. Microsoft certainly has the resources to develop amazing games. Maybe they'll start doing that. But until then, there's no way I could recommend people run out and buy this system. The competition is just dominating the games category so hard. Many of the Game of the Year discussions for this year, I just did a video on it, are revolving around Mario Odyssey and Zelda Breath of the Wild, two Nintendo games. And there is a Sony storm looming for next year. I know they got God of War, Spider-Man, Days Gone, a bunch of other stuff, tons of major exclusives set to come out for the PS4 in 2018. So my question to Microsoft would be, okay, I bought your most powerful console ever made. Now, what am I supposed to do with it? And with that, this video's a wrap. Let me know your thoughts on the Xbox One X in the comments. As always, I'm John Zacari, and thanks for watching.